This is recording. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Fully Lacking podcast, episode 16. Are we on episode 16?
15.
Bro, this is crazy. Get your quinceañera gowns ready because we are becoming women.
Little women.
I'm a hefty woman.
I mean,
Nonetheless, I am your host, Drew. This is my co-host, co-creator, Anthony. And behind the camera, behind the boards, the third leg of the tripod, we'd be nothing without our producer, Lisa. We are your Fully Lacking team.
because you've done that intro a while now, several episodes.
Yes.
I just realized that pod is in the word tripod. Is that intentional?
No, I'm not as clever as you, brother.
I
I want to
appreciate
be
that.
I truly go through my day trying to be as clever as you, but it's tough to reach that level of clever.
I really appreciate that. Love and positivity today. I'm feeling not quite like $1 million, not quite like $100,000, maybe feeling like 10,000.
10,000's a good little shekel stash, you know?
It is.
It's a good little fleet.
It's a good number of views.
Oh, yeah. We got 10K views on a short.
We got a short that hit 10K views.
Shout out
Pound
to,
it.
yeah, I'll pound you. Well,
Pound
we
it.
missed. Dude, we just had a 3 thruple pound session, and it was beautiful.
It's a little awkward as one may expect.
Well, he missed it first, but we connected at the end.
We did.
Dude, 10,000 views. We got new subs. Thank you for the new subscribers. We've gone up in followers. Dude, it's cool because it's all it's organic. We're soon to be accepting sponsors and those things are going to come and you'll get a couple little ads here and there during our pods. But this has been us, dude.
We
haven't
cage free,
grass fed,
gluten free.
Oh, dude, look at me, dude.
I'm trying to give you grace here, my boy.
Oh, who's Grace? Hey, Nick, you give that.
Our Lord and Savior.
Hey, what's up,
The
Papa? But what I will say is it made me feel special in my warm spots. It did. And my warm spot is my heart.
Yeah, it's very rewarding. Moving on from that,
Yep.
It's very rewarding to have something pay off in a small little burst way. It's not viral, but it had like 250 likes. That's 250 people who watched and took
Something.
the effort to click like.
All about a jacuzzi pooper. Still on the loose, by the way. Yet to be apprehended.
I told you, you got to give it a sketch artist a description.
Can't do it, bro. I'm sorry. That was as far as my ratatatata goes.
Ratatouille.
Hey, dude, I had to chill. You know what I mean? But my week, right? Because I want to ask you about your week and stuff. My week has been good. I've been my trajectory this week has actually been super vertical. I think that's the right way to describe it. I feel like I've been getting stuff done. I haven't been super stressed like I usually am. It's been nice, dude. It really has. My little man started school on Monday. Big day, and me and Antarctica sat down and I said, listen, bro, the world is cold. Hell is hot. Be strong, be present, be powerful in what you say, be captivated in your actions, but be you, right? And I said all that to a 7-year-old and he said, what does that mean? And me and him, he was kind of cold as ice since then. But long story short, me and Auntie, we were good, bro. We were good. I took him to school, and he got out of the car. He's like, I love you, Dad. And I was like, I love you too, Kaka. You know what I mean? Sometimes I call him Kaka, Antarctica. It's something that we made up. And he's enjoyed it. He was all Minecrafted out, Minecraft shirt, black shorts, Minecraft backpack, Minecraft lunchbox, Minecraft water bottle. And producer Lisa was like, you think they're going to tease him? And I was like, about what he's wearing? You don't think they're going to tease him because his name Antarctica? She's like, nah, they're going to tease him about that. That's normal. That's one of the most common names. And I was like, all right.
It's right behind Muhammad, I believe.
Right behind Muhammad, right? But so that was exciting. It was also hard for me to accept the fact that yesterday me and Lisa were young. And today we have a 7-year-old who's in 2nd grade.
Oh, we were young yesterday?
If you think about it, right? What I mean, it's
it.
a bit metaphorical in the sense of time has flown.
Oh.
Right?
So I was going to say, y'all have seemed pretty old, especially you with the whites in your beard. Someone had asked, I think it was in the comments, about the whites in the beard.
Delana Anderson, the whitest girl I know. Yeah. Shout out to you.
Your beard has aged quite a bit. Anywho, it sounds like a nice little intro to school.
Yeah, it was nice. We had a good time. He's enjoying his new teacher. Back in the normal routine. I'm at the office before everybody, so that's cool. I'm happy, bro. If I can say that this last couple weeks, I've been more present. And I think producer Lisa can attest to that. I've tried to be more present the last couple weeks. I've been stressed a little bit, but I'm good.
That's good.
What about you, dude? How's your hamster wheel of a life?
Leviticus started school this week, and
Levi? Yeah.
Hey,
I call him Levi. By the way.
I have an issue with the nickname for your son.
No, that's his real name. Government.
No, the nickname of Kaka.
Kaka. It's different.
That's what
You're
kids are going to tease him for.
I'm saying
kids are going to. You say, hey, hey, have a great day at school, Kaka. They're gonna be like, yeah, you're Kaka. It's quick bullying material.
And he's going to be like, where's your dad? Why does your mom always drop you off by herself? My son is prepared for all the roasts, bro. My kid literally told us tonight at dinner when we were at the house. He's like, Dad, can you stop pretending to be funny? Bruh, first of all, get out of here, dude. You're scared of the dark. You know?
He's right, though. Your energy was really extra tonight.
I was excited to be around my friends. Flavor of the day, menthol.
No,
Shout out
don't
to
do
you.
that. Levi is happy with his teacher.
What's Levi short for?
Leviticus.
Strong name.
It is.
Spell it.
Leviticus.
Exactly how it sounds.
Yes, sir.
God, he's so...
I don't know if that was necessary. That was testing me.
No.
Look, he seems to be happy with his teacher and his friends,
Good.
and I'm glad with that trajectory as well. Happy with your trajectory.
I see.
You know,
Thanks.
I'm you've seen me down bad a couple of times this past week.
Are we
I'm
going to dig
working
into
through
that?
it. No, we're not.
Okay,
going to.
we don't have to dig into
Not
it. Maybe
going
one
to,
day we can.
But I'm
Get
feeling
real.
all right
Get real.
today.
Good.
I'm feeling
You
better
should.
today.
You look good today.
Thank you.
You sleep?
Is it a little bit? Do I consider my outfit for the day, including the pod on pod days? Do you know that?
That's awesome, first of all. Second of all, you're incredibly attractive, so I think you could wear a plastic bag. You'd be okay.
Appreciate that.
I mean that from the bottom of my little fat heart, dude.
You gotta talk nicer to yourself.
I put myself down. My self-talk's trash.
Yeah,
It's because I wasted on all the people I care about.
All right, trauma dumping 101. Yeah, I mean, it's been an interesting week. I'll say that.
Okay.
Interesting week because there's a mystery in my house.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
I mean the music, the intro, the unsolved mysteries in my house.
What was the host of that show?
Man, I was trying to think of it for this show.
Hey, producer Lisa, can you pull up the name of the host of Unsolved Mysteries, please? We pulled that up. While she's pulling it up, keep going.
He was a creepy looking dude.
No, he wasn't.
He
Put some
was
respect
perfect.
on. I'm
He was
going
perfect
with
for that.
Jeff.
I was gonna say Joe.
Jack Niffing.
That is a weird name, and I don't think it's anywhere near that. I've mentioned the hamster previously.
Yeah,
On
stabby
this
stab.
podcast. It was part of I believe it was part of the Stabby Stab story. And I hadn't heard from him, her.
The hamster?
My bad. Pronounce. Her. In a minute.
They there.
Yeah. No, it's a her for sure. It's a
Like,
female hamster.
Are they there yet? No disrespect. It was just clever. Anyways, go ahead.
Hadn't heard from the hamster in a minute.
Okay.
So I was like, let me go check.
Okay.
We've been feeding, we've been watering it, just growing it. I'd been checking on, we'd been taking care of the hamster. I hadn't heard from Choco the hamster in a minute.
Choco.
I'm used to hearing Choco when I'm in night editing, running on his little hamster wheel.
How? Dude, we got to clip that.
Yeah,
Anyways,
we've already clipped
I know.
that.
Do it again. Different outfit. Dude, I never get tired of seeing it, bro.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
But there's no noise. And I was like, I know it's had food, I know it's had water, I know it's taken care of.
Yeah.
So I went to go investigate.
Choco bit the dust.
I went, and I did a little, and usually it crawls its way out of the bedding. Nothing. Nothing. So my next thought was maybe it kicked the dust somehow. Kick the bucket.
Bit the dust. Kick the bucket.
Bit the bucket.
Kick the bucket in the dust.
Kick the bucket in the dust. And bit it.
Hey. Okay.
And it's a serious story, sir.
Your ADHD medicine wore off, and I don't take it. So
Yeah,
here we
approximately
are.
2 hours ago.
Sorry, guys, for this.
Yeah, they dug through the bedding. Actually, before that, I was like, hey, Leviticus, can you just leave the room? Because I didn't want, he's already lost a hamster, and I didn't want him to get re-traumatized.
You guys didn't stop buying hamsters, dude.
So I dug through it. Nothing. The hamster was not in the cage.
Wait. Hold on. Just pause for a second. Hold on.
The hamster disappeared.
There's a hamster on the loose in your house, dude?
No, it's not even in my house.
What do you mean?
I mean, I looked through the bedding. I made sure it was not in the cage. Its body was not frigid underneath the bedding. It was not. I then proceeded to go throughout the house and look under furniture to see if I find some sort of small creature carcass. And it was not in those areas either. And I'm saying the hamster has disappeared from my home. I wish I was joking.
Are you sure there's a lizard in your house and not a hamster?
That's right, because I
Are
had
you
to tell
sure
you about
that's
that.
not a hamster, dude?
No, it was.
Is your door or window ever open?
Well, I have to leave the house, so yeah, my door's open sometimes.
No, but come on, dude. Don't be literal. I mean it.
Well, the window is unrealistic. What's it gonna do?
Crawl out.
You know?
What?
What's it gonna do?
What was that? What was that? What was he doing there?
Climbing up the wall like Spider-Man.
Spider hemp.
The windows are unrealistic. The doors, perhaps, but having to go across, because you know where my office is in my house, and my back door and my front door on opposite ends of the house. How would I get past all of the measures to bypass me? And you know what I mean?
It's a solid question.
I have no idea where that hamster is.
You checked in the closets. You checked under your sink in the bathroom.
Yeah, everywhere.
Dude, I would move out. I'd be gone.
It's super strange, dude. And my son has to deal with
I
not
don't
having
even
another hamster.
Yeah, but I don't understand how a hamster got out of its cage.
Me neither.
I don't understand how a hamster got out of his cage unnoticed, untouched. Did Levi like take it with him, put it in his little pocket, and go to his mom's?
No, because
Is it in his
Levi.
backpack? Did you check his backpack?
No, Levi's not a weirdo, like one of those weirdo kids who bring a pet to school like that. But Levi's too scared to, because the hamster was a little mean, and so
It would bite?
yeah. So Levi's too scared to do it. I would always get it out of the cage.
Does it hurt?
Yeah, I would bleed. It would make me bleed my own
When's
blood.
the last time you got a shot? Don't they carry diseases? I don't know. I don't know anything about hamsters.
I don't know either.
I know that it's spelt HAMSTER. Producer Lisa has it spelt on our board. You guys can't see it. It's out of camera, out of frame, but it's HAMPSTER because she pronounces it how?
Hamster.
All right. There's not a P in there.
Yes, there is.
No, there's not a P in hamster.
For the record,
Oh,
this
there
is
is a hamster.
no, there's not.
Hamster.
No,
hamster.
this is not some Mandela effect stuff. There's no P in hamster.
Bernstein and Bernstein?
We're not
Sorry.
doing this.
No,
We're
I
not
know.
doing this.
So, okay, real quick. Producer Lisa on the scene. What you got for us?
About what?
Well, you raised your hand.
and you're supposed to be looking up the Unsolved Mysteries name.
Oh, I forgot. I was looking up hamster or hamster.
Oh, yeah, that's a losing argument.
So, Chaco's, he's gone.
I'm just that there's no explanation. I'm already chalking that one up to being gone, and I'm questioning our ownership of small creatures at this time.
I think we're done with that. Maybe a fish next.
Yeah, I don't.
He can't get bit by a fish. He doesn't have to
They
put
can't. I mean, if a fish escapes from the tank, I'm moving out of the house.
The hamster ate it, dude.
Some pet cemetery kind of
Are
stuff.
hamsters herbivores?
Herbivores? Yes.
Like they only eat
Yeah.
like
We feed
leafy?
it leafy stuff. We
Yeah.
feed it little nuts and berries,
Huh.
and we fed it and we took care of it.
I learned, side note, nuts are actually not good for you at all. Like it's like something in nuts are toxic. No, 100% they're gut killers. I learned I would
They're antibiotic.
I don't know who we could call about this, but it's true. Yeah.
Where did you see this from?
I think it was somewhere in the TikTok realm. It was like a nutritionist talking about like things. Oh, it was somebody that was like saying that the carnivore diet's good. And like veggies are bad for you because there's certain like things in them that is a defense mechanism for predators inside vegetables. If someone wants to fact check me, that'd be great. But like, I mean it. The carnivore, like they were talking about how like vegetables can be harmful to the body. I wish I had someone to call. Drew's call of the day. Drew's calling of the week because who do we know that's like good at that? Dietary. I don't have a single dietary specialist on my call log. Surprised? But dude, this is crazy. Anyways, so the hamster is gone, never to be seen again.
We just have a empty. Now, see, I blame Lisa for this. Next time I'm just mispronouncing
there's a
MP
P
words.
in there. There's a P in that word, empty.
I know, but I said empty.
Oh,
Like hamster.
Did you know there's a G in lasagna?
Because they move in silence.
Yeah, shout out to Wheezy F baby. Yeah.
Way fully lacking. Look, yeah,
look,
there's
listen.
there's an empty hamster cage
Okay.
in my office right now. I don't think we're still coming to terms with it. I don't know what I'm going to need to do with that. We have all of the makings for taking care of a hamster.
You should
and no
probably
hamster.
call in like a pest control person just to double check because they are good at that stuff. You never know, dude. He might have gone into like the walls or something. Like that happens for sure. I think, once again, I could be wrong about this. My cousin Davey that I would call would know this. I want to say hamsters are maybe rodent family.
I would say they're small rodents.
Are they?
Yeah.
Are we fact checking that? We don't need to.
Let's just spread misinformation about the hamster
No, I don't want
community.
to. I don't want to do that to the hamster community. But you should probably call in like a pest person just to double check. And I mean that. Like, what if one day there's just like a faint smell of nastiness and then it turns out it crawled in the walls and it died in there, and you know what I mean? There's nothing worse than just like a random smell in your house that you can't figure out, and you might like think about that.
Yeah.
Like that'd be the worst kind of roommate to have.
I need to call in someone for pests anyways, because a lizard, I don't know how a lizard got into my living room, and I don't know how a hamster got out of my house.
Or it's
like honest to God.
maybe you have like maybe it's like a gateway or a portal.
This
for
is like
animals.
some weird alternative universe for like Dr. Doolittle going on in my place.
I got a pest guy. I set you up with him. No, dude, but I mean it. Like, check for the smells. Like, you don't want a random smell. That did we ever have that problem when we had roommates? Like random smells, and I don't think we did. Did we? Maybe
Yes.
we did.
Yes.
Who was it?
I'm not saying.
What house?
What does their name rhyme with?
What house?
No, because it'll give it away.
Is it someone we still talk to? No.
Her face is saying.
Well, it doesn't matter. That's bro. I'm just saying.
Y'all have had roommates?
We have
Yeah.
a couple.
What?
Yeah.
A couple with roommates. That's interesting.
Yeah. So we had a couple roommates. One was in the first apartment.
It was my apartment.
Yeah, I had my own house too. But I was always at her house, right? But she got a Craigslist roommate.
Oh.
Yeah. Is that how you found her? Craigslist?
Yeah, I think so.
And then my roommate, who's actually a really good friend of mine still, I found that room on Craigslist. Like I was like kind of put out of the house I lived in. Shout out to Lindo for that. And I had to find a spot because the lease was up and they were gonna do something. They're gonna do their own thing. So I went on Craigslist and I found a spot and I walked in and dude, I loved the dude instantly. He was the coolest guy in the world.
Y'all really trying to end up as a Netflix special. Like Craigslist was the best way?
We were young.
Yeah, we were young, dude. I was in my early 20s.
Yeah.
Tara. I had a gun.
All right.
What's gonna happen? I mean, we're going out together, random person on Craigslist. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I don't know. Have you ever had roommates?
I've had a ton.
Really?
I've had a ton of roommates.
Really?
Yeah.
Like not significant others, like roommates.
Yeah. Legit roommates.
While you were in relationships, like while your spouse lived with you?
No.
All right, so
Sure.
tell me about your experience. I'll tell you about mine.
Okay. I mean, for starters, I lived in the same apartment for at least 7 or 8 years and and had probably 6 to 8 roommates during that period.
Wow.
I lived in that place. I was king of that little complex for a minute.
Okay.
In the sense that I was there so long, you
I
know.
was like, all right.
Seniority.
I ran the apartment.
Yeah.
He was mine. All right.
And
What was the wonkiest roommate you had?
shout out to my boy Nick, who I was living with at the time. We had this third roommate who he kind of knew, and I didn't know him too much, but Nick vouched for him. No shade on Nick, but he had a dog, which we weren't really allowed to, but we kind of let it slide. And then he ended up leaving the dog there for like long periods of time, and it was just trashing the room and not being taken care of.
Stuff.
And we were reaching out to dude, like trying to give him some grace, like, hey, you left your dog here. When you coming back? When you come back? Oh yeah, I'll come back this day. Never came back. So at some point I think he eventually came back for the dog, but never really cleaned out his room or did anything else. And so we went through his room and his stuff because it's slightly shady people at the time. And well, it's our stuff now. I mean, what's the bigger point?
Okay.
Right? Is
Yeah,
that fair?
yeah, that's fair.
Okay. I was going through the stuff, and we found some social security cards, multiple, and birth certificates, multiple, that weren't his name.
That's fair.
I think he was committing fraud to a large degree
Shoot or shoot, baby.
with that information.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That was
Not condoning that at all on this podcast.
yeah.
That's crazy. Wow. I don't think we ever had any extreme experiences like that. Like we had a couple roommates. So one is still a good friend of ours. Shout out. Well, two of them. And then one just had sex all the time with her boyfriend. Remember? That was wild. That was crazy. And then the other one was like a black hole of depression and sadness. And she actually made me and producer Lisa fight because she said she put rent money somewhere and then that rent money came up missing. And Lisa's like, did you take it? I was like, nah, I didn't take it. She's like, did you take the money? And like, we never found it. Ever.
She probably just set up a show for herself.
She said she put it somewhere. We never found it. It was gone. She took it. She had to have. I mean, that was probably the worst. And then I had a roommate when I lived in Oklahoma with my girlfriend or whatever when I was way back then. And the only thing that used to throw me off is like she would get braids in her hair, and I'd never been around anybody with braids. So she'd just be on the couch, and I guess it turned out that they were like kind of like weaved in. And she would just be like smacking the crap out of herself, just like watching a movie on the couch. And I'd be like, yo, is she like losing it? Later to find out, you can't scratch it. You can't like itch it because you'll pull out I didn't know that. I learned a lot about hair through that. But I didn't ever have a bad roommate, I don't think.
The depression one wasn't bad.
I mean, not for me.
Yeah, you didn't live there, but it was very short lived.
Yeah, she was there
Because
what, 3 months.
We had an incident.
I don't know if I could tell that story.
I mean, yeah.
I guess I could, right? And you could say pause for it if it gets a little too gross, but we had a wine fest day. No. We had a party. What was it? What were we doing? There was just large amounts of alcohol we consumed. It was the night that we drank all that stuff because I had to take them home the next day
Oh,
for
that's
the
Oh,
Canelo
yeah,
Mayweather
yeah.
fight years ago.
Oh.
And my friend, a very good friend of ours, still had his lady friend, and I was like, dude, you guys just sleep in Lisa's roommate's room. She's not there. So I guess they made, they read the Bible a lot that night, and she cried out of parts you wouldn't cry out of because of the Bible reading, right? And they had to replace some of the furniture that was in that room, a specific piece of furniture, and her roommate was not happy about it. So
I'm pretty sure that's why she moved out.
I'm 100% sure that's why she moved out. So basically, my boy was reading the Bible with his girl, and it got a little too deep, and yeah, and so had to replace some furniture, a specific part of the furniture, because it was ruined, and that was that. Yeah.
I mean, in all fairness, I was pretty disrespectful. Like,
Well, yeah, for sure. We
know what I
couldn't
mean?
have expected that. We
yeah,
had,
yeah, yeah. Not
we
on
had.
your
I thought
behalf.
they were just gonna go to sleep, right? I
Yeah.
had no idea because they were hammered.
Yeah.
We were hammered. Yeah. So, yeah. Shout out to them. Shout out to my boy. Just really reading a lot.
So there was
And there was that.
after how long was she there? Like,
The roommate, probably like 4 months,
Oh,
5 months
man.
maybe. Because then I moved out of Mark's, and that's when I moved in with you.
No, we moved to the other
We
apartment
moved to the gated community spot
with
Yeah,
that
yeah.
guy.
With my boy. Yeah,
Yep.
the dude who tarnished that room forever. But you lived in that house for a while. Remember when you had the water leak over the sink, and the owner was like, "It's not even that bad," and I like touched it and it just fell down. He's like, "Well, why'd you touch it?" I'm like, "I mean, come on, dude, right? Like
Yeah.
it was the roof, and then the ceiling fell down, and it was like all black mold and stuff." Yeah,
Oh,
we moved
wow.
out pretty quickly after that. But other than that, we didn't really have any weird roommates. I really don't think. I don't think old girl was weird. She was fine. She was just active. Yeah, no, that's it. We did have one of my buddies that lived with us in the apartments, the green apartments. Remember? That was an experience for sure. Yeah. Other than that, that's it.
that's good.
You want to tell a story? We had to kick one of them out because I was out of town on work and I got a text. One ended in a blanket fight. The blanket was given to my friend, who's still my friend.
No.
Babe.
Nope.
It was give me your phone.
I will die on that
Call
hill.
into the week. Call into the week.
No.
She will tell us, and you can't.
Yeah, she will.
She will say
I
that she
already
gave it
asked
to
her.
him,
I asked her.
but she gave it to him.
When he was moving out, I asked her.
The people would like to know the story first before.
All
we-
right. So a friend of mine lived with us for about a year. He was perfect for me. Like he was not high maintenance. He was cool. He's still cool. Whatever. Well, during the time he stayed with us, her mom had gifted a blanket to him, right? And he slept with it, and it was his blanket. Well, when he was moving out, producer Lisa noticed that blanket was going with him. She said, "No, that's my blanket." And he's like, "Dude, this is my blanket." And she's like, "That's my blanket." And it was like a fight between two adults over a blanket. And Lisa won. She got the blanket. I think my friend was like, "Dude, I'm not going to do this. So you can have this stupid blanket." But our plan is whenever he, gets maybe married, we're going to gift him that blanket. We're going to give it back. We still have it ready for him. That's his blanket.
I don't know if that's a mutual plan. Looking at Lisa's
You
face.
took it from him. You took that man's blanket.
He took my sanity.
You go insane over everything.
Wait, so you had kind of hinted at like he was perfect for you as
Yeah.
a roommate, which
Yeah.
implies that maybe he was not perfect for Lisa as a roommate. I'm picking up on the cues and the signals.
Him
here.
and Lisa were very alike,
Lisa was pregnant. And this man was living in my son's room.
which is fine. Well, not in your son's room at the time.
It was supposed to be
It was
his
going to
room.
be his room. It turned out to be his room that he never slept in anyways. When he was sleeping there, our son was just a baby and he was sleeping bedside crib with me and Lisa. So that room hadn't even been used yet. He moved out and then it was his room. So
Stay
that
tuned for next week when we call all participants in this and
No,
relive it live on
he
the
will-
pod.
yeah, dude, and I will. And he will say, him and Lisa will fight about nothing still, like to this day. So, but yeah, we didn't have any crazy roommates. We didn't have any weird neighbors either, did we?
Barry.
Son. Barry. Let's talk about Barry. Barry lived below us. And that man, intriguing. He introduced me to Foster's beer, the big things of Foster's.
Yike.
What?
Wait,
What?
crikeys.
Well, okay, we're not doing that again. He gave me a haircut once. I had to be bald immediately after. He's a solid guy though. He was actually a sweet dude.
Was he drinking a lot of Foster's before the haircut?
I don't know if he was drinking. He could cook though. Remember, he could cook. Man, that boy could cook. Yeah, it is what it is. That was the only quirky like neighbor we had. I think. Did you have any like weird neighbors?
Not quirky, but in that same complex that I was president of, I had a neighbor who, Paula was her name,
It's a pretty name.
pretty Latina girl.
She was pretty too.
Hmm
Okay.
And so it was nice
Chill
to
out. Chill out, dude.
it's nice to have a neighbor. Try to hit someone off. It didn't work out.
Like at all?
I had a nice Olive Garden date, and
Wait, you guys went out?
we had a date and spent some time, but I wasn't in the best mind state. I was partying a lot at that time. We had went to before things didn't work out. She'd have these big parties and a lot of Mexican folk, and they'd be singing songs that I don't understand because I don't understand Spanish. And so me and my friends who also didn't understand Spanish would just mouth strawberry and watermelon like we knew the lyrics, alongside everyone else. It was good times.
Que no or que yes?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
So,
good, bro.
Shout out to her.
How's she doing? You still
I don't
keep in
know.
contact with her?
I
No?
do not. She's an international girl, so she's probably far
You
away.
love Latinas, huh? Like you
do.
love them.
I do.
Man, listen, we got any Latino viewers. He is single. He's a great dad. He has a great income. Owns his own house. Holler at my boy one time for the one time. Let's zoom in on his face. Make a normal face. There it is. Look at that adorable little cheeser. Nah, man, I don't know. A lot of the times we would we'd have like shindigs. So I'd like do block parties and stuff. Some of our lifelong friends were our neighbors, Andy and Bill. And they were some of the best people we ever met, bro. But I remember one night specifically, and I really, really hope they watch this so they can hear about this Corona story. We had a 12-pack of Corona, remember? And then we ended up getting more. But me and Andy were like, there's like a common area outside. It's like around fire pits and stuff. So we took the 12-pack there. We met up and we were drinking, and then we got more. And it went into the wee hours of the night and like early hours of the morning. And there was a guy that kept coming out, and he's like, "Can you quiet down? The windows are thin." I was like, "Dude, I don't even know what that means, bro." He's like, "I have a flight to catch so-and-so in so many hours." I was like, "Well, then you better get to sleep, dude. It's late. What are you doing out here?" And we eventually, wrapped it up and went inside, but that was good times. I don't want to say it because I feel bad. All right, I'll say it. So we had about 15 bottles before we wrapped it up, empties. And so me and Andy went, and we lined up our empty bottles in front of his door. It was very immature.
Compared to things I've done that I'm not as brave to share. I think that's pretty tame,
Shout out to my guy Andizzle, Billy, some of the sweetest, most genuine people we've ever met, and we love you so much. But yeah, I don't know. It was we had pretty good experiences with neighbors and roommates. It seems like you may have found love for a second.
Briefly.
Good, dude. Good.
Briefly.
I mean, maybe you shouldn't have taken her to Olive Garden. It would have lasted longer.
Possibly. You'd think that unlimited breadsticks would be the key to a woman's heart, but you'd be wrong.
Lisa loves unlimited breadsticks. So does Billy. Remember, she'd always have us bring her breadsticks. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't really really know where to go from there because I don't have any more neighbor stories or roommate stories. I do have something to talk about though. I'm releasing an album next month. It's called Him. It's exciting. It's like a 6-7 track album. I recorded it in El Paso at Beacon Hill Studios. My very long kept, maybe that's the wrong word. My very good friend.
Okay.
Sovi with Black Diamond Productions came down from Santa Fe to engineer it with me, right? Because he's been on the boards with me for a while, and so that felt really right. My big brother was at the studio with me. My nephew was at the studio with me. You were not there though. You had something else to do, right?
Be a dad.
Yeah. God. But we recorded it, and I'm very excited for people to hear the product. It's Drew Music, right? Drew Christopher Music has been a lot more emotional these last couple years. This one still has a hint of that, but it's a lot of upbeat stuff, and I'm excited for people to hear it. It's gonna be cool.
Share with people what the process of recording an album is like from start to finish as much as you can.
I'm the person that finds the beats first, right? And then I will write the song around like the emotions I feel from that instrumental. And my biggest like even critique on myself is like I don't write music down, and not like cool like Jay-Z or Wayne, like they just walk in and go. I write it in my head, and there's a couple reasons why, but the main reason is because I really like have a hard time with my penmanship. It's sloppy. And then when I write things, I'm like, oh, I misspelled that word, and I get down on myself and I completely lose track of it. So I write it in my head, and then I go in and I record it. And it's like a lot of like right now, this is kind of like a semi farewell for a little bit. I have made music for a long time, and most recently at a pretty high level. And I don't know, I've done a lot of shows in the last couple years, and I've been everywhere, and it costs a lot of money to be an unsigned artist. It costs a lot of time away from your family. And I just, I'm going to take a little break. And this album kind of staples that into existence. But I'm excited. I'm excited for people to hear it. And I'm never going to stop making music. I can't. I enjoy it. It's a really good expression avenue for me. But I'm going to take a break for sure. I started making music just as like a way to fit in with my cousins. They thought I could rap. I couldn't at the time.